Well, it's 5:15 in the morning because I woke up a little after 4 and couldn't sleep anymore. Warm night in the tent. Relatively quiet except for acorns and such falling off the trees. And the occasional bird noise, including what I have now dubbed the hillbilly terror owl. I have never heard an owl call like that. It sounds like something screaming. And then it decided about 11 o'clock to be in the tree right above me and do the entire call. I couldn't get it on audio, but I'll see if I can find a clip off the internet because it was it was crazy. I think I may have found my new scariest owl just in time for Halloween. Okay, well, the goal today is to make it actually a little over 20 to a campsite up on a ridge. So it ought to be nice and dry as far as humidity. And then we'll see when the rain's coming in. They're predicting some rain for the next 2 days, and then it's going to get progressively colder. If it's warm again today, I'm going to try to rinse out this shirt because it is just hideous to even have in the tent with me after yesterday's sweating. Okay, well, we're counting on the headlamp being long-lasting because we're going to put in another, 2 hours or more in the dark. But hopefully we'll get to some beautiful stuff. Good morning, Mr. Toad. So it looks like the creeks around here just aren't a lot of fun. Troublesome, difficult, or no business. So here are the remnants of the bridge that used to go across. This is deep. So I got misdirected just a little while ago. And there seemed to be a stream crossing. So I'm going to see if I can go back to it and then make my way up this way and keep my feet dry. So here I can cross the creek. I just got to get up that ledge and then try to rejoin the trail. Might be interesting. Hello, big spider. Okay, I actually climbed up that thing. Learned a new technique for using hiking poles to climb. And now all we got to do is rejoin the trail. A little bushwhacking. Looks like some people have come this way, so we might make it back on trail. So I have to show you the little climbing tip I learned. There's a little tree up the trail. I put my pole tip through the strap of the other pole and then just made sure it wouldn't slip by pulling it tight that way. And I pulled myself up a sheer bank and out of there so I could bushwhack across. Man, 15 after 6 and my clothes are just soaked. It's in the mid-60s, but the humidity is out of control. Difficulty Creek was difficult, but we used to have a bridge and it appears to be intact. So this is the last water for several miles here, so just use my cooking pot to dip it out and fill the water bag and filter it. Drink a liter, taking a liter with me, maybe 6-7 miles before I see more water, and who knows what kind of fun stuff we'll run into between now and then. It's been an interesting morning. Laurel. A forest of laurel. Sun's up, Beautiful carpet to walk on. Okay. According to this, the state line is in 4.5 miles. All right. And there's a turtle. And here are some giant mushrooms. They are huge. Okay, we may just have found the most beautiful spot on trail so far. Last half mile's been right through the creek bed, so fortunately it's fall and the water's low. Man, if it was spring and it had rained a lot, this would just be a big wading mess. But so far, feet dry, making use of stones, logs, etc. We've been paralleling this pretty little river for quite a while. Theoretically, there's a camp up ahead, in less than a mile. Don't know if you gotta ford the river to get to it, but we'll figure it out. Campground across the river, and it looks like you could try stepping stones, but it looks like a good way to slip and get wet anyway. They haven't got anything over there that I can't get from over here. I've got water, so I don't need to camp. It's too early in the day. It's about 12:30, so we'll have lunch and head on down the trail. Okay, 10 more miles to go to camp and just under 3 miles to the Tennessee border. Well, we've reached the Kentucky-Tennessee border. Leaving Kentucky and walking into Tennessee. Back to blue turtles. Huh. There used to be an old rail bed here. Interesting. Well, we're all the way up on top of the ridge after another big climb up out of the river valley, and about 4.5 miles to go to the camp, and hopefully a mile before there's at least scoopable water. Water's been pretty good on this trip for a fall trip. So I'm hoping so. It's interesting up here on top because all the leaves are off because they get more wind, and it looks rather barren compared to other spots. But it'll be nice to camp high and dry tonight. I just have been wet every night. Nothing will dry as far as clothes. Tent's dry. Clothes aren't. I'm ready for that to happen. All this light green moss in here. It's really cool. I guess it grows on real rocky strata because suddenly this has become just solid rock that I'm walking on. That's beautiful. Wow. I believe that might be lion's mane. So there are only a couple of small pools of water back in here, little ones covered in leaves. So, got my cook pot to dip with, and then poured it through a bandana into the bag. That way we keep all the detritus out. And I was very happy for that water being here, because if it hadn't been here, it would have been a long night figuring out what to do. Yeah, so I was down there in the hole back in there getting some water. I saw some leaves turning over really slow, moving in a certain direction. It turned out to be a crayfish moving around in there. That was great. Okay, I've got just under a mile to the campsite. It's 5:15, so hopefully we'll be there just before 6 and we can set up. All right, I think we found our campsite. It's about 20 till 6. We're just off the trail. Trail's over there. We're up high. Should be drier. And let's get the tent set up. It's 6 o'clock and Serenity Shuttle has landed trail mile 294.5. For a 22-mile day today. It leaves 40 miles left to complete the trail. So day after tomorrow in about this time, I should be getting to Trail's End for Christy to pick me up. Yeah, so it was a very adventurous day. Lots going on, lots to see. Rock formations, waterfalls, challenging stream crossings, all kinds of good stuff. And thanks so much for sauntering with me, and remember, we're doing the impossible. That makes us mighty.